Good morning dear children, welcome to you in today's lecture of English. Dear student, today we are going to start the second one poem from a railway carriage as a revision. So let me start. So just take out your notebook as well as your course book. So let us see the first question which is given on your book page number 12. As I told you, you have to just learn the word meaning first of all. Then you can see the question answers of this poem is given on page number 12. The first question is, what does the rhythm sound like? Some first 5 questions which are based on the first 4 lines of the poem. So let me see. What does the rhythm sound like? The poem is fast paced. How is the poem? The rhythm of the poem is fast paced. It means the poem it is when it sounds it sing in a very fast paced. Now next one, what is the imagery that you get from these lines? What is the imagery? What is the imaginary thing that you get from these lines? The images that is that of the speed of the train. The poet talks about how the train is faster than the supernatural entities. The image is that of the speed of the train. So what about which image we could see? The image is that of the speed of the train. The poet talks about how the train is faster than the supernatural entities. How the train is faster. What the poet wants to just describe in this lesson, this poem, he want to just describe the supernatural entities. How the train is faster. How the train is faster than the supernatural entities. Like we compared about the witches or fairies. हम अगर उनसे compare करते हैं, so here the description about the train is given that it moves very fastly than any supernatural entities. So it is the second one answer. Now let us see the third one. Does the rhythm add anything to the imagery? Does the rhythm add anything to the imagery? Yes. The fast rhythm of the poem enhances the imagery of speed. The fast rhythm of the poem enhances the imagery of speed. So it expresses the speed of the train. Now the next one question. What does the poet mean by saying charging along like troops in a battle? What does the poet mean? What does the poet mean? And what he want to say by the saying charging along like troops in a battle? He want to say with this line, the poet compares the speeding train. With this line, the poet compares the speeding train to a charging army in a battle. With this line, the poet, what does the poet wants to compare? The poet wants to compare the speeding train to a charging army in a battle. Now, the next question. What is the type of comparison called? What is this type of comparison called? What we say to this type of comparison? Such a comparison is called a simile. What is called? When we compare anything to something else. So this comparison is said to be simile, and simile is one of the figure of speech. Here, where we can compare a direct thing. Now. So it's all about the first 5 questions that is based on the first 4 lines of the poem. Now let me see the next question. The next question 6 to 9 questions which are based on the line 5 to 8. Now the next question is, identify all the things that the poet sees through the window. Identify all the things that the poet sees through the window. The poet sees the hills, plains and railway station. What the poet sees? The poet sees the hills. What he sees? He sees hills, plains and railway station through the window. Now the next one question. Explain the simile in these lines. Which simile means which comparison is given in 5 to 8 line. The poet expresses a simile between the landscape and heavy rainfall. So which two things have been compared here? He compared the landscape, the land area and the rainfall. So here what is the answer? The poet expresses a simile between the landscape and the heavy rainfall. Now next one. What does he mean when he says painted station whistle by? What does he mean? What is his mean? That what he wants to say, that painted station whistle by. The station painted in bright colors go past each station of great speed while blowing to whistle. The station painted in bright colors. What he says, that the station, it was painted in bright colors and it go past each station in a great speed while going to whistle. So it is the 8th one answer. Now the 9th one, quote one line which suggests that the train was moving very fast. From poem 5th line, from poems line 5 to 8 here, which quote is given or which quote suggests that the train was moving very fast? Which poem or which line suggests that the train was moving very fast? All of sides of fields and plains fly as thick as driving rain. So by which line we suggest, it suggests that the train is moving very fast. All of the sides of hill and plains fly as thick as driving rain. So students, just I repeat the answers. 6th one answer, the poet says. What the poet says? The poet says the hills, plains and railway station. Now the 7th one, the poet expresses a simile. The poet expresses a simile between the landscape and the heavy rainfall. Now the 8th one, the station painted in bright colors go past each station of great speed while blowing to whistle. And the 9th one, all of the sides of hills and plains fly as thick as a driving rain. So student, these are the first 9 question answers, which is based on the first to 8 line. It means it is based on the first 2 stanzas of the poem. Now let me see the next question. What is the child doing? What is the child doing? The child is in the poem is trying to collect blackberries. What he was doing? He was just trying to collect blackberries. Now the 11th one, who is a tramp and what he is doing? Who is a tramp? Who is a tramp? A tramp is a poor person who has no permanent residence. Who has no permanent residence, and the tramp is in the poem is standing and staring to something. So what is the answer? Who is a tramp? A tramp is a poor person. Who is a tramp? He is one of the poor person who has no permanent residence. Who has no permanent residence, and the tramp is in the poem is standing and staring to someone. Now let me see the next question. What does green stands for here? What does the green stands for here? Greens in the passage or in the stanza refers to the grass covered fields along the railway station. So what is green? Green stands for here. What is the meaning of green which stands here? Green in the passage refers to the grass covered fields along the railway station. Now the next question, the 13. What do these different images appearing one after the other suggest? What do these different images appearing one after the other suggest? It suggests the train is moving very fast. What it suggests? It suggests that the train is moving very fast. Now the next one, the 14th one question. How does the poet expresses the transience of the images as he sees them from the window of the fast moving train? Quote a line to support your answer. How does the poet expresses the transience of the image? So how does he expresses? The poet realizes that all the images are fleeting and won't last. And what he realizes, the poet realizes when he was going somewhere by the train and it was his first experience of a railway journey, and he realizes that all the images are fleeting very fast. It was moving very quickly and won't last, and it won't last. वो last तक के या वो ज़्यादा टाइम तक नहीं टिक पाएगी. No sooner does he sees them that they disappear forever. और जब तक वो उसे अच्छी तरह से देख नहीं पाएंगे तब तक वो आगे निकल चुके होंगे, और the things that had been disappeared forever. So now quote a line to support your answers. Which line described from the poem that the poet expresses the transience of the image. It means it is he realized that all the images are fleeting very quickly and it won't last. So the line suggests, which line suggests it? Each a glimpse and gone forever. Which line suggested? Each a glimpse and gone forever. So मतलब हम कोई भी चीज़ को एक पल के लिए देखेंगे और उसके बाद वो चले जाएंगे. It just gone forever. So now it is the 14th one answer. I hope you have understood it. Now let me see one more question. Make a list of all the things that he sees through the window. When he was traveling, when he was going, when he started his journey by train. So what things had been seen by the poet, or which thing he had described in the poem? Houses, hedges, ditches, meadows, hill, plains, a cart who ran away in the road, mill and river. These things had been seen through the window by the poet. So which things he had seen? He had seen houses, he had seen hedges, ditches, meadows. Meadows means green grass. And what more? Other things he had seen? He had seen a cart a person who is limping or who is run away in the road. He had seen mill, he had seen a river, and so these many things had been observed or had been seen by the window through by the poet. So it's all about the question answers of the poem. Many question answers are here. If you understand the story, understand the poem, so you may just write the answers of any questions which is asked internal. So you can write answers if you understand the poem. If you understand the poem, so you may just write. So let us see, student, first to 14 questions that we have seen. I hope you have understood it. Now what you have to do, first of all, you have to just read the poem very carefully, because you can see that I can give you any internal question to you in the exam. Then you have to just read the word meaning also. Then learn the question answers. Any question answers you can see or you will see in the question paper. So you have to just write it down very carefully. So what you have to do, it's your today's homework to learn the question answers again and just make it complete as a revision in your notebook. So I hope, student, you will complete your today's homework today itself, and we'll meet you in next